Hello and welcome to this new video from me. Today I want to show you all my teams because it's my second year anniversary because I started exactly 2 years ago on January 4th 2023 to play VGC. I played in my very first VGC tournament on that day, and I thought I'd show you all my teams. Obviously not all teams because there were countless limitless tournaments and locals I could show you as well, but I thought showing you all the teams I played in majors, internationals, worlds, regionals, as well as the GC teams is pretty interesting. So if you're interested in that, grab a coffee or something nice to drink and let's take a look. So for the very first tournament I played, it was the Bochum regional, and this team I fell in love because I build it completely myself, and you will see sets you never saw on the ladder or in tournaments. But first of all, it's a Tailwind hyper offense team, as you can see here. We've got Talonflame with Tailwind, nothing too special, a little bulkier. I played max speed to mainly outspeed Dondozo to get a Will-O-Wisp off before they can move. But it's seriously not so special. Great Tusk Iron Bundle was just a very good combination in Regulation B because that's the first Regulation I played. And in Regulation B, in general, Ice Ground coverage is very good because Iron Bundle hits the grass types, the flying types, while Great Tusk can remove fire types. I know Iron Bundle also has Hydro Pump, but it's Hydro Pump, right? And that's why we have this Iron Bundle Great Tusk combination. Talon Tusk was also a very prime combination of Pokemon, and yeah, nothing too special again. Focus Sash Great Tusk was amazing to deal with Iron Bundle and Fluttermane because there were a lot of Pokemon that can just one-hit KO it. Speaking of which, Iron Bundle made a new appearance. Regulation A did not allow Paradox Pokemon, but in this regulation we were able to play with them, and yeah, I needed to play max speed because other players were also playing max speed on the Iron Bundle, so I at least wanted to have a speed type. I do not know, or I do not remember what the spread does. It was the first time I was building a team as well. I think it was for, I don't know, Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam from Fluttermane? Don't ask me. But amazing Pokemon. This Tyranitar set, jeez, have you seen that? Tyranitar did not get knockoff back then, but Dragonlance, Terra Grass, Tyranitar was amazing. It was able to just completely smash the Among Us Arcanine teams that were very popular back then, because Talonflame can taunt the Arcanine so that it cannot go for Will-O-Wisp. I cannot get intimidated. I can set up a Dragon Dance. Very, very cool Pokemon. And with +1 speed, we are faster than a max speed Arcanine. 162 speed is the speeds that we hit. We have a jump point in attack, and this Tyranitar, it just felt amazing. What can I say? Something different, and it was really, really cool. Speaking of different, this Fluttermane spread. What do you mean? So first of all, we have 163 speed. I wanted to outspeed at least Arcanine, but I didn't want to speed time my own Tyranitar when I'm +1 speed with Tyranitar. That's why I made it 1 point faster than that. And you need to know, it was the first European regional. Was it the first regional in Regulation B on the world? I do not quite remember, but bulky Fluttermane was insane. There were people, they went for headlong rush with a Tusk. I survived that. They clicked, like, I remember playing Marcus in Top Cut, and he was using Wild Charge Psychic with his Iron Hands, which was max attack, and his Gothita, and my Fluttermane survived that. Bulky Fluttermane, I'm so hyped because I really, really, it was my first team, what should I say? And it really paid off. It is the slowest Fluttermane you probably seen. If I'm not even running Trick Room, and that's so funny about this Fluttermane, and it still deals a lot of damage because I also had so much special attack. But it was a set I really fell in love with. And the last Pokemon is Dragonite. I wanted another Fake Out immunity to maximize Tailwind turns, and Dragonite was amazing. Into Psy Spam was very common back in the day. Armor Whoosh and DD, super, super common, and this Dragonite set was really, really good into it. Inner Focus, amazing ability, and 112 speed. is for... I don't remember. I'm sorry about that. But this Dragonite felt amazing as well. Extreme Speed, Ice Spinner, Low Kick. Low Kick is for King Gambit. Stomping Tantrum didn't deal that much damage. Low Kick was also very nice into Garganical. And Ice Spinner to remove terrain, Extreme Speed for priority, and that was an amazing team. If you want me to share all these teams, let me know. I might share them on a stream, because I will make a stream comeback next week as well. Then in the Utrecht special event, I finished in top 8, by the way, for Bochum, and then I went top 32 with pretty much the same team, just minor changes. As you can see, I changed 1 point of EV in Talonflame. I don't know why. Great Tusk is the same. Iron Bundle is the same. The Tyranitar is a little bulkier on the Spadef. I think I just removed 2 HP, put 1 more into Spadef. I don't know. That's pretty funny. Fluttermane. I made Fluttermane even bulkier and less powerful, but with Fluttermane, I don't know. It was really, really good. And Dragonite, I made it 4 points faster, actually, which really helped in the Dragonite Mirror. I remember that one, but I changed no moves, no items, so no terrors. Pretty much the same team. And then we had EUIC, and EUIC was the first tournament of the new format Regulation C, where we had not Paradox Pokemon, the Ruin Pokemon, are they called Ruin Pokemon? Chien-Pao, Tinglu, Chiyu, and Wuxian. And what did I change there? Talonflame with safety goggles, because it was really annoying that my Tyranitar always broke my own Gale Ring, so that's why I put safety goggles on it. Also helps into Amoonguss. I do not know what 183 speed is for. I tried to research it, but I couldn't find it. I think the 68 defense were actually pretty important to survive a Terra Water Jet Punch with Mystic Water from Baby Palafin. I think this was what it is for, because EUIC was the Palance format. Everybody was running Palance. If you don't know what the term Palance means, it was a balanced team revolving around Palafin. Palafin, Arcanine, Amoonguss, Tinglu, and then whatever you felt like. Most of the teams had Fluttermane. Gabriel Agati used Baxcalibur. Paul Schur used... what was it? I don't quite remember, but the archetype is called Palance. Then we have a Terra Flying Chien-Pao. Garchomp Chien-Pao was really fun, because again we have this ground ice coverage, and you can use Earthquake next to your Chien-Pao, which is pretty cool. And you also gain a resistance to fighting types, another pretty cool side effect. And important to know, Urshifu was not legal back then. Nowadays, I would literally get angry if somebody plays 4 special defense in Chien-Pao instead of 4 defense, make the Searching Strikes calc. But Urshifu did not exist back then, so it didn't really matter. Iron Bundle did not change at all, but then the major change was with Tyranitar. I forgot to change the item. I was Assault Vest back then, because I got rid of Dragonite, and I just love Assault Vest as an item. It's my favorite item of all time, both in singles and VGC. And this Tyranitar is pretty cool because it outspeeds Iron Bundle and Tailwind. It has a lot of attack, and Assurance was especially nice because we have a lot of spread attacks like Iron Bundle's Icy Wind, Garchomp's Earthquake, Fluttermane's Dazzling Gleam. And if something takes damage, Assurance gets double power, so it is a 120 base power move then, and that felt pretty nice, better than Crunch on the AV set. Heavy Slam was just there to one-hit KO Fluttermane, because the other moves don't get there, and Low Kick again for King Gambit and Tinglu. Next up we have Fluttermane, and this Fluttermane is pretty much the same again, but I changed to Terra Water to make the change into the new format, because Chien-Pao was legal, and with Terra Water I survived the Icy Crash better, and I survived Jet Punches from Palafin, which was the main reason I ran Terra Water. And then we have Garchomp, nothing too special. Clear Amulet. Terra Steel was really good into opposing Iron Bundle, and it was just pretty cool to lead Garchomp Chien-Pao, because if they wanted to use Arcanine to counter Chien-Pao, you can use your Garchomp. And if they use a flying type to switch into Earthquake, you can go for Ice Spinner. It also worked with Iron Bundle, because Iron Bundle also has ice coverage. Double ice type, something you usually do not see, because ice is not the best type in the game. But it was a really good team. I unfortunately finished 6-3, and I didn't even get points. I only got top 256. I think I finished like 139th, so I was close to getting points, but I didn't get the points. And that was really crushing, because I thought I could not get my invite. But then we have the Malmo Regional. For you, I will call it Malmo. Or I will spell it Malmo, because you don't have this letter, or most of you don't have it. And this team, it's not a Michael team, let's be honest. What is that? You would expect it's Perish Song, right? Because we have Gothitelle, we have Double Fake Out with Gothitelle, Iron Hands, we have a Fluttermane with Amoonguss, but it is not Perish Song. I tested Perish Song, but I didn't like it. And I gotta say, this is probably one of the worst teams I've built. Because this team revolves around Roaring Moon or Fluttermane, and I just like the idea of trapping with Gothitelle. This was the first Regulation D tournament for me. Was it Regulation D? I think it was Regulation... Wait. Regulation D was the home meta, right? No, that was Regulation E. No, Regulation D was home meta, Regulation E was DLC 1, Regulation F was DLC 2. So this is still Regulation C. This is the last Regulation C tournament. Gyarados, a good supporter. I think around that time, everybody like saw Gyarados and it was on the rise, and I wanted to try it out myself. Iron Hands, Terra Fire felt pretty good into Arcanine again, as well as Chi-Yu Fluttermane, because with Terra Grass you are just screwed against Chi-Yu Fluttermane, but Amoonguss was a big problem for my team, I gotta say. But Iron Hands, it was pretty cool playing Iron Hands, but it was also the only time I was playing Hands, also the only time I was playing Amoonguss, the only time I was playing Gyarados, Gothitelle and Roaring Moon. The only Pokemon on this team I played more than once is Fluttermane, as you can see. Next up we have Gothitelle, and this Gothitelle said, I have Taunt on Gyarados, not running Trick Room when I have a Iron Hands and Amoonguss is just wrong. I wanted to run Taunt, I don't know why, don't blame me. Gothitelle was a fun Pokemon to use, but it's very hard to use, I gotta say. Helping Hand was really cool though, because Helping Hand together with Fluttermane or Roaring Moon was insanely good, because my idea was, I can already show you the Roaring Moon spread. It did not get knockoff back then, so I had to run Throat Chop, and I ran a spread which lets me get an attack boost even if I get intimidated, because how this interaction works, let's say you lead with Roaring Moon, your opponent leads with Arcanine. The Intimidate triggers first and then your boost energy activates. But as you can see, if my Roaring Moon drops to -1 attack, I have still 140 attack, which is the same as speed, and the order is attack before speed, so I will get an attack boost with booster energy. And the plan behind that is, with that team, I lure my opponent to lead Arcanine. I go for Fake Out, Dragon Dance, and then I can go for Helping Hand, Terra Flying, Acrobatics, and kill the Arcanine. That was the plan behind it, and it worked a couple of times, but not the best plan. The cool part about this spread is that it is very bulky, and you still outspeed everything like Chien-Pao, Fluttermane, Iron Bundle with +1 speed. That's what I really liked about this Roaring Moon. Amoonguss was mainly physically defensive with Rocky Helmet to break sashes from, for example, Chien-Pao, because Chien-Pao is a big threat and most of the players were running Ice Spinner, and that's why Rocky Helmet Amoonguss is so good into it. With that spread, I also survived an Ice Spinner. I wanted to play a little bit of Spadef, but I don't know why I ran so much speed. I think it was for Amoonguss Mirror, but not recommended. I honestly do not recommend it. Or was it that if my Gyarados gets parried, I have 103 speed and I want my Amoonguss to move before Gyarados? That does not make sense. I don't know. And then we have Flutter Mane. From the very bulky, slow Flutter Mane to the very strong, fast Flutter Mane. I wanted to outspeed Adamant, Chien-Pao, and modest Flutter Mane and deal a lot of damage. I got so many KOs. And as you can see, in my first season, I was a Thunderbolt main. You could say you can still run Perish Song even if you are Specs, but I didn't want to. I played Thunderbolt, so that's pretty interesting. Next up, we have Worlds. If you want to know everything about my spreads, read my team report. I made a team report on Victory Road about this team. This Rilla spread is maybe not optimal because I'm running Citrus Berry. It did not get Grassy Glade, it did not get high horsepower, something you have to keep in mind. First tournament of the new format again, Regulation D, where home mons became legal, and this Rillaboom was not great. It was probably the worst Pokemon on my team, but it offered me fake out support as well as a grass type because I do not have a spoil immunity. Shoutouts to my Worlds Finals. We do not talk about it. Terra Dark Chien-Pao Adamant was really good. I can really recommend it. Also, as you can see, I also adjusted the IVs just like they were in my game. Terra Dark Chien-Pao with Farigiraf was pretty cool because that damage output was crazy. I was able to get KOs you usually do not get. I think I KO'd Goldango when I was -1 attack with Terra Dark Crunch, which was pretty cool. Or you can KO Flutter Mane, which were, remember, Terra Stellar was not legal yet, or it didn't exist yet. So Flutter Mane were pretty safe to survive something like an Adamant Sucker Punch or Jolly Icicle Crash, stuff like that. But they were not ready for a Terra Dark Sucker Punch. That was really good because around that time, many players decided to run Terra Grass or Terra Water Flutter Mane to deal with Urshifu. Urshifu Rapid Strike became legal, everyone feared it, and that's why Terra Dark Sucker Punch on Chien-Pao was a nice solution to the matter. Farigiraf modest to one-hit KO Urshifu, but still very bulky because Rocky Hammer Farigiraf. I love it. It's my worst Farigiraf. But as I said, if you are interested in every single detail about that team, read my team report, man. Choice Scarf Urshifu, one of the MVPs during my Worlds run, carried me so much. Really, really good one. I mean, it's Urshifu, what should I say? And Dragapult, my second signature mon, I guess. Jolly Dragapult to make sure that I outspeed Flutter Mane, Chien-Pao, Iron Bundle, all that stuff. One-hit KO them before they can move. And the cool part is I ran, was it 6 or 7? Damn. It's been 1.5 years. I think it was 6 Sucker Punch PP. If you don't want to know why, team report. And AV Heatran as last. Very strong, very bulky. Good mon. Also, I ran Imprison Farigiraf, which won me 2 sets alone, which I would usually not do because you can outplay Trick Room. You don't need Imprison for that, but back in the days it was really good. Next up, Stuttgart. And what is this? Okay, Helmet Tornadoes, fine. Faster than, what is it? 165. Urshifu, I think. Urshifu has 163. Fine. Rocky Helmet, alright. And then let the madness begin. No Sucker Punch, Terra Poison, Adamant, Life Orb, Chien-Pao. Okay. Leisure was really good because Arcanine Hisui became super popular and I could one-hit KO Arcanine Hisui in the lead. That's an interaction not everybody knew. Most of you know that Lash Out gets double power when a stat gets dropped, right? Did you know that the lead counts as turn 1? So if you lead Chien-Pao, they lead Arcanine, your Lash Out is immediately double power and I can one-hit KO them. And that worked really, really well. Indeedy, a little bit inspiration from the LAIC finalist Thiago Latanzi. Amazing moveset. It was really important to stay on the field for long. That's why Protect was good and why Follow Me and Helping Hand are good. I don't have to explain. What? Excuse me? What's happening here? I wanted to, like the speed stat is to outspeed Landorus, but don't talk about it. Let's not talk about the speed stat. Terra Fairy Assault West Urshifu. Why did I do that? I really wanted to run Terra Dragon on Ndidi because Ogapon Half Flame was super popular, Urshifu Rapid Strike was super popular, and resisting all of those attacks felt really, really nice, and that's why I wanted to run Terra Dragon on Ndidi. But then I realized I have no Dragon Resist. What do I do against Regidrago teams? I do not have Sucker Punch on Champa. Let's say they have Tailwind and Choice Scarf Regidrago. I can't do anything, and that's why I ran Terra Fairy Urshifu just for Regidrago. You can criticize it, but it was really fun. Also super bulky. It is also my answer to Armarouge and Ndidi teams with Ice Spinner, Terra Fairy. I wanted a type that also is not weak to Fairy. So Terra Dark, Terra Fighting, all not in contention. Terra Grass is not great defensively, and then I just narrowed it down to Terra Fairy. Adamant Dragapult, Terra Blast set, we love it. And Player of Ogapon? What? Excuse me? What? I don't know what the spread does, but Player of Ogapon was really good to snipe Dragon types, mainly Warring Moon. I played on stream back then, and sniping Warring Moon was really, really cool. Also, I didn't say how I finished. Malmo, I started 6-1, finished 6-3, went top 64. Worlds, I finished second. Stuttgart, I finished top 8 again. Also, these are my GC teams. I couldn't recreate them, but this is just my London team, right? As you can see, nothing too special. Same items, same mons, pretty much the London team. This is the London team again for GC2 in 2023. Nothing too special. What should I say? Next up, we've got... I had to screenshot this because we had a tournament format for Worlds, and that is pretty sweet because with all the sparkles, I thought I keep it. And then, yeah, the next tournament was we are now in beginning of 2024. We had the Dortmund Regional, but before we had the Dortmund Regional, we had GC1. And this was a team, remember that this is not top 256. It is a little better because TPCI regions get excluded, but with TPCI regions I got 207, which is a good rating. I think it was top 64, maybe top 30. Nah, top 64 probably. And this team is pretty interesting because I was using Sash Single Strike. I remember that it was Single Strike. Power Herb Glamora. Like, I went back to the roots with a hyper offense team with Tailwind. It is pretty similar to my Stuttgart team, I would say, because we again have Tornadus, Urshifu, Fluttermane, and wait, Fluttermane? I did not have Fluttermane in Stuttgart, but it was a team I also topped the best of 3 ladder with on Pokemon Showdown. I really liked it because it has a lot of tools against the GC as well. Urshifu really good because people don't know, especially on this team. What Urshifu is it? Rapid Strike, Single Strike? You do not know. Glamora can have a ton of sets. Fluttermane can have a ton of sets. Tornadus can have a ton of sets. Raging Bull can have a ton of sets. And Ogapon is just really good support Pokemon, but also offensively very strong. Then we had the Dortmund Regional, and this was my worst regional ever. I went 5-4. I think I finished top 256 still, but the tournament did not go my way. I don't want to search for excuses, but I missed 5 Electro Webs with my Raging Bolt, and on the targets that were completely ridiculous. Focus Sash Fluttermane, Ogapon Cornerstone, which has Sturdy, Focus Sash Urshifu Single Strike, Focus Sash Urshifu Single Strike again, and a Walking Wake. And my Arcanine missed 7 out of 8 head smashes. It was like not a fun tournament, but this was also the first time I did not, like, as you can see, all my teams were MDB, short term of Michael Beste, originals. But Dortmund Regional is not an MDB original. I was talking to Justin Tang, if he can give me some advice, because I was really struggling. You would say, wait, the GC was 1 week ago. Why didn't you just not use your GC team, which you also topped the best of 3 ladder with? I did not want to miss that many moves, because I also had Electro Web, Meteor Beam on Glimora. I also hated Meteor Beam as a move. You wait 30 seconds almost to see if you connect or not. But then I decided to run Arcanine, which does not make sense, I know. So let's not talk about it. But the team mainly inspired by Justin. I adjusted some EVs, but look at this. Rockside Head Smash. Electro Web, Snarl, Draco, Meteor, Icy Wind. Straight up not doable. But what can I say about the spreads? Bulky Landorus was really, really good. And Modest was just better than Jolly, because there was not a lot in that speed range. There was like Jolly Arcanine, Jolly Urshifu, some Ogerpon, but this Landorus was good. Jolly Arcanine was also not bad with Terra Fairy. Nice addition to the team. Terra Fairy Raging Bolt. This Raging Bolt was super fast because I wanted to outspeed -1 Ogerpon, because -1 Ogerpon has 118 speed, so I can snipe them with Icy Wind, Draco, Meteor, for example. Or I go for Electro Web first, and when I outspeed them, can get another Electro Web off or something. That was really cool. Not super bulky though. Urshifu Single Strike with Sash. And one thing that stayed alive for my GC team, Flutter Mane. This Flutter Mane is faster than Urshifu and Tailwind. That was very important, and I played it 1 point faster than, like, you only need 200, but I wanted to play it 1 point faster than 200 for other Flutter Mane that ran the same speed stat. And then Ogerpon Wellspring. 172 seems weird, but you need to know that Landorus had 168, so people were running 169, 170 on their Ogerpon, and it is very important to outspeed other Ogerpon with your Ogerpon, and that's why I ran 172 to be on the safe side, or on the safer side. Or to be on the safe side, you needed to run max speed, but I did not want to do that. And then we had Utrecht Special Event, and what did I change? I replaced, the hero was born, Entei was born, and I love it. I replaced Arcanine with Entei, and it felt insane. I finished top 4. I got my very first medal in that tournament. I made Raging Bolt significantly slower, but very bulky, so I survived. I think Adamant Icicle Crash from Champa, which was really nice. Urshifu stayed the same, Flutter Mane stayed the same, Ogerpon stayed the same. And then for EUIC, I talked with Marco Maras. So what did I do for EUIC? I'll let you know in a second. I have to make a quick cut because somebody rang on my door. I'm back. That was some amazing news for me, but it's whatever. Before we head to the EUIC team, which is basically the same as Utrecht with some small changes, before the EUIC we had the GC2, where I used, wow, what should I say? My EUIC team, it was my Utrecht team, because it was on the very same weekend as the Utrecht special event. So I played 45 games of the GC and the regional of its special event, which was a lot of Pokemon, but the team performed very well, as you can see here. A rating of 1742, which was really, really good, and the team felt really, really strong. And then we had another GC right before EUIC. I played this team, and that team was so cool because the Roaring Moon, you cannot see it here, it was Terra Fire, Terra Blast with attack booster, not speed booster. Like in the sun you get an attack boost, and you don't want to know how much a Terra Fire Photosynthesis Sun boosted Terra Blast does. It does 1 billion, and it counters something like Flutter Mane perfectly because you cannot get Icy Winded, you resist Moonblast. We have Helping Hand on our Toko. It is a trick, like you have this very fast mode with Flutter Mane, Roaring Moon, Ogerpon, but you can also go Trick Room with Ursaluna, Fairygraph and Toko. The Toko works in both modes because we have Helping Hand on it, but we also had Eruption and Weather Ball instead of something like Heat Wave, because we thought like with we, I meant I built this team with some friends, Rahim Fazan, Alexander Ubers, Florian Harloff, very, very cool people, Kusha Kanani, and we all used the same team, and that team was just fun to use. Other than, like, we're double Helping Hand is pretty funny. Helping Hand on Torko as well as on Farigraph. Fun team. I even improved a little bit compared to the last GC because I went 121st with a rating of 1743. But now let's talk about the EUIC team, because Lander is pretty much the same. I think we have a little more physical bulk. I do not remember what it was for. I think it was for Terra Dark Wicked Blow from Urshifu Single Strike to always survive one of those. Entei has 60 defense. I never got hit by special attacks, and surviving a Searching Strikes when I Terra or a Close Combat when I don't Terra from Urshifu felt really, really nice, and that's why we have a bit more physical defense. The Raging Bolt, I think, is the same. It is EV to survive Icicle Crash. Also, I never mentioned it, I switched from Dragon Pulse, from Draco Meteor to Dragon Pulse. Because Dragon Pulse is just more consistent. Urshifu didn't change. I made Fluttermane 1 point faster and put a lot of HP into physical defense, because I also with Fluttermane never really got hit by special attacks. At least it never really mattered. But surviving physical attacks from Chien-Pao, Urshifu, Ogapon was very important, and that's why I made that change. And Ogapon, probably the biggest change. We have max speed, because I wanted to outspeed other Ogapon, and we also have Woodhammer instead of Horn Leech. Now, the combination of Moonblast Woodhammer from Fluttermane Ogapon KOs opposing Ogapon, or Woodhammer Extreme Speed anti-Ogapon. Like, I have these double ups, which I did not have before, because now I am having Woodhammer, and I am almost guaranteed to outspeed other Ogapon. That's why I also had to do this little weird spread between HP and defense, because I still wanted to survive. I think it was Terra Dark Wicked Blow from Urshifu. You see how I'm talking about Urshifu. It's just so oppressive. I finished top 64 in EUIC. I was the best 10-5 because I started 10-2. Like, the funny part is I started 5-0, went 5-2, won the last two for day 2, 7-2. Then in round 10, I rematched the person I played in round 5, won, I won again and again, and I was 10-2. I had a really good run, and then I lost 3 in a row. But when I was XN4, I won a regional with that team. I also made a team report on this team on my channel. You can find it there. This Zamazenta is just faster than Chiyu, and that team, it has so many shit mons, but I still won the regional because it was the first Regulation G regional in Europe, and it was a team originally built by Michael Zhang, Eternal Snowman. Without him, I would never have won the regional because I was really struggling. I was involved in the team building process as well. So this Zamazenta is faster than Chiyu, super important, especially when you are Terra Grass, you have to outspeed Chiyu at least. Defense in the jump point and HP perfectly for grassy terrain, amazing. Chien-Pao, nothing too special, just 3 attacks. Yeah. Pelipper though, I have to change these slots. I hate when Protect is over White Guard. So we have Terra Fairy because I wanted to resist dark type attacks, because with that we kind of wall Chiyu because we have Rain for the fire type moves and Terra Fairy for the dark type moves. It also helps into Regidrago. We have White Guard, but with Terra Fairy you can also make sure to not get hit by Draco Meteor, which is nice. Speed is chosen to outspeed Timid Blood Moon, Jump Point and Special Attack, and I think with this spread we survive Surging Strikes twice from Urshifu, as well as to Snarl, because some Chiyu do not run Dark Pulse in Regulation. This is Regulation G, isn't it? Yeah, it is Regulation G. So that is pretty cool, because, as I said, some Chiyu drop Dark Pulse in Reg G. Then we had Moltres, and Moltres was really good in Stockholm because counters both Shadow Rider and Ice Rider. Ice Rider, you can just use White Guard with Zamazenta and go Terra Grass with Zamazenta, so Zamazenta cannot get spot and high horsepower gets resisted. You can just spam White Guard, and with Moltres you just do chip damage. Fiery Ref, Fiery Ref, Fiery Ref. You can also go for Foul Play, because Foul Play with Black Glasses, Terra Dark sort of one-hit KOs Calyrex, which is pretty funny. We have Tailwind support, which is also really good for something like with Choice Band Rillaboom, as well as Zamazenta and Latios. It is mainly specially defensive, because with that spread you can survive a +2 Terra Fairy Draining Kiss. And back in the days when Regulation G came out, not a lot of players were running Terra Fairy Shadow Rider, and then the Moltres was just so good because they were running only Ghost and Psychic type attacks with redirection like Cliff Fairy, Smeargle, Amoonguss, and Terra Ghost. But with Fiery Rev, you have a spread move that can hit Calyrex Shadow for super effective damage, and that was pretty cool. To increase the damage output a little bit, because spread move with almost no special attack investment is really weak. We played Black Glasses and Terra Dark, and the speed is chosen because it was really important to outspeed Timid Pelipper to KO them with a combination of Body Press and Terra Dark Fiery Rev, if I remember correctly. Latio is really cool. Luster Purge, Draco Meteor, good combination of moves. Really good in the mirror because it does a decent chunk into Zamazenta. Really good into Ice Rider again, because with Terra Steel and Levitate you wall it, or you do the same White Guard stuff again, and you can hit Amoonguss for a lot of damage. You can hit Raging Bolt, Incineroar takes a ton from Draco, and it is overall a good Pokemon. Can also help into Shadow Rider. If you position your Zamazenta correctly, you can go for White Guard Icy Wind. If they don't have Cover Cloak, then you can double up into them with Heavy Slam Draco Meteor. And the Rillaboom Choice Band Terra Grass Rillaboom with Sword of Wind, amazing. Like Terra Grass, Wood Hammer with Sword of Wind. Even if they intimidate you, Incineroar takes 50%, which is great. Your priority Grassy Glide suddenly can one-hit KO Calyrex Shadow Rider, can one-hit KO Fluttermane, and that is so good. High horsepower for fire and steel types, and you don't want to run. I considered running Fake Out for a emergency Fake Out, and people have to respect it, but Utah is just overall more consistent. Again, faster than Pelipper, a bit of bulk. If you're interested in all the details, watch the team report. Then we had the Bologna special event, and I realized, a lot of players are actually going Terra Fairy on Shadow Rider now, so Moltres isn't that great anymore. So I changed the Moltres to Urshifu. I made Zamazenta 1 point faster because I released the team report, I think, before the Bologna special event. Chiempao, I switched from Sacred Sword to Lash Out because I thought with two fighting type stab fighting type Pokemon like Zamazenta and Urshifu, I do not need Sacred Sword on Chiempao. Lash Out is pretty cool because Incineroar was a problem, and with Lash Out you can do double damage, because Incineroar Goldango especially was annoying because they can switch into Incineroar, go for Nasty Plot, and to prevent that, I put Lash Out on it so that they have to use Protect still with Goldango, and maybe I can again catch some people off guard with the Lash Out mechanic I talked about a few minutes ago. Pelipper, just small changes, max speed to at least speed high opposing Pelipper, and some Rillaboom were running 115 speed, so that helped. I also played Helping Hand instead of Protect because I saw myself never clicking Protect, and especially with Terra Ghost Urshifu, you can lead Pelipper Urshifu, go for Helping Hand, that goes before Fake Out, go Terra Ghost to also be immune into Fake Out, and then you have a Rain boosted, Helping Hand boosted Surging Strikes, which is pretty cool. I do not remember what 164 attack was for. It is different than like 156, but some Pokemon are also only EV'd to survive stuff from 156 adamant, so 164 is good to counteract that. 20 defense is really good for opposing Urshifu because I wanted to survive 2 Searching Strikes in rain, or when I go Terra Ghost, 1 Searching Strikes in rain, and that's why I put some defense into this Urshifu and make speed to be 1 point faster than Calyrex Shadow and still be adamant. Latios I changed from Soldier to Life Orb because Calyrex Ice was trained a little more bulkier now, and with a combination of Draco Meteor and Body Press, you can KO them still, which is not the case with Soldier, or at least your chances increase. Also, Luster Purge with Life Orb is a clean one-hit KO on most Amoonguss, which also really helped because they sometimes barely survived the Luster Purge. And Rillaboom I changed to Miracle Seed because, let's be honest, if you have Urshifu, you also kind of want Fake Out support, because the usual way to block Fake Out is Protect, and Urshifu hits full Protect, so the choice band Rillaboom did not feel great anymore, and since I dropped Protect on Pelipper and I added Urshifu, which also has no Protect, it makes sense to run Protect on Rillaboom. Dual Step, Fake Out, nothing too special, pretty much same spread, carried me a lot again. And then we had NAIC, and in NAIC I think I made exactly 0 changes. The Urshifu spread changed a little bit, but other than that, the Rillaboom was also a little stronger. But other than that, I also put Protect on Pelipper because then I realized I wish I had Protect. But other than that, pretty much same team. And Worlds, I gotta say, that's why I marked it with a star. I cannot reveal the EVs yet because I have friends and coaching students who are going to use that team in Birmingham, as well as in, was it LA, which is coming up in North America? So please be patient. I will make a full team report on that team, but until then you have to wait because they are my friends and my students, and I don't want to give them a disadvantage by revealing the EVs. But this is a Michael team. This is like best of Michael. I ran so much Fluttermane, I ran so much Willa, so much Urshifu. Entei was the GOAT during the EUIC period. Chien-Pao I used pretty much everywhere, and Zamazenta as my main restricted. Just the most Michael team out there. And then we had the next GC, and I was using a very weird team. Not finishing too well, or like the first Grand Challenge actually without TPCI regions. I wish I could have performed better, but it is what it is. We have a choice band Meowscarada, a Primarina with Throat Spray, Life Orb, Terra Ground Garchomp, Sash, Imprison, Trick Room, Chandelier, Corviknight, and Final Gambit Annihilate. Very weird team. It was fun at the beginning because I also went 30-0 in the best of 1 ladder on Showdown, but then the GC did not go my way. The main way this team played is I lead Corviknight, Annihilate, go for Final Gambit, Tailwind. When I have Garchomp, Corviknight on the field, I go for Terra, Ground, Earthquake, Brave Bird. That was pretty much the main mode, and it worked alright. Cool team to play, but not very recommended. And before we come to the next Michael team, I want to talk about the second GC. Even though it was a little later, I used that team. I think I used the Lil version, finishing in top 64. I was on I had a rating of 1798, but I decided I want to go all the way, and then I had a lot of disconnections, which happens, but it is what it is. Team very good. I think this is the Lil version, but let's take a look at the versions now, or at least before I got another person rang on my doorbell, so I'll be right back. I don't know what's up today. It's weird. I mean, it's Saturday, so it makes sense, but it's also the first day I came back home, so weird. Whatever. So we had the Dortmund regional, and I played this team. I Right after Worlds, I had the idea of using Sneasler, Primarina, Dragapult, Rillaboom, and on the original I had Electabuzz, Volcarona instead of Kingambit, Magma. I created that team and it went pretty well. I played a local in Los Angeles, finishing third. I never said how I finished in the like Worlds. I finished third. NAIC I started 9-2, and then I lost 3 in a row again, so I went 9-5. No, I lost 4 in a row. I went 9-6. We played 15 rounds. I went 9-6. My worst day 2 ever. I went negative, which is fine, but still interesting fun fact. And in Bologna, I finished 9th. I bubbled on opponent percent, which is crazy. But it is what it is. I got pretty lucky because pretty much every time I bubbled in and not bubbled out, so we take it. So this team, I mentioned it, I built it, and it felt pretty strong, but before Dortmund, I didn't feel that Electabuzz was so good, so I changed Electabuzz to Magma, and then I had 2 fire types, so I changed Volcarona to Kingambit. I played an online tournament, and I won the online tournament, and then I was like, okay, this is the team, and it was the team. I talked with Ibrahim Maruf, Rahim Fazan, Kusha Kanani, Florian Harloff, Alexander Ubers, the usual gang again, and we managed to build this team. We optimized some spreads. You are asking, why are you running 4 Spadef instead of 4 defense on Sneasler? 4 defense increases with Scale Shot, Roll against Dragonite. Yes, first, Scale Shot Dragonite did not exist back then, and even if it did, I won it with, no, it did not exist back then. I got ahead of myself. We will get to that in a little bit. Sneasler, one of the most used Pokemon throughout the entire regulation, makes sense. Especially with Kingambit. Sneasler cannot hit Ghost types, Kingambit punishes that. Kingambit cannot hit Fairy types, Sneasler punishes them. So really good combination of mons. Not a special spread on Kingambit. Visperina was EV to survive Diaclaw from Sneasler, if I remember correctly. Was it Terrastellar Diaclaw? I think it was a Terra Ghost Diaclaw, or a non-Terra Diaclaw, 88 speed to outspeed most other Incineroar and other 60 base Pokemon. Magma with 119 speed to outspeed Pelipper, because actually you would not expect it, but Magma is a key piece in the Rain matchup. So that was really important, because if Pelipper is on its focus sash, we can nab the KO with Overheat. Dragapult with Adamant Terra Dragon was so strong, because Outrage, nobody was using Fairy types, and I took advantage of it, or we took advantage of it, and then AV Rillaboom, the classic, with a lot of attack. We played 113 speed because we wanted something to be slower than Ursaluna, which is not Primarina or Kingambit, because they are both not great into Ursaluna Blood Moon. And with that, we have Rillaboom, which is slower than Timid Ursaluna Blood Moon by 1 point, because Timid Ursaluna Blood Moon is also sometimes on Trick Room teams, like these Tail Room teams, Tailwind and Trick Room. So yeah, and we did not need much bulk. And then for Lil, what did we change? We changed Sneasler's Terra to Terra Stellar, from Terra Ghost to Terra Stellar, and then, yeah, that's Kingambit. Now we come to the reason why we are running 4 special defense. Because with Kingambit Sneasler, if you lead them, Porygon 2 will get an attack boost instead of a special attack boost, and that was really important, because Terra Ghost, Kingambit solos these Porygon 2, Ursaluna, Instant, Among Us teams. You just go Terra Ghost, Sword Stance, Fake Out, and you win the game. Because Porygon 2 cannot hit you. Ice Beam without the special attack boost doesn't do that much damage. And overall, really good Pokemon in that matchup. Primarina was made 1 point faster because I made a team report on the Dortmund team, so I had to make it 1 point faster. I had to make Magma 1 point faster. Rillaboom, I wanted to play more bulk again, dropped a little bit of attack, and the most notable change is Dragapult to Terra Ghost, because people were now running more Goldango, more Terra Fairy, more Among Us with Terra Fairy, more Clefable. So it was the perfect time to change to Terra Ghost. And in Dortmund, I finished 10th after going 8-0 in day 1, 10-0 start when I lost the last Swiss round and lost the first top count round, which is fine. In Lille, I finished 23rd, 22nd, something like that. I finished 8-3. Also good tournament. A friend, like, and you have to imagine this. In Dortmund, Ibrahim, Rahim, and I, all three of us made top cut. In Lille, Alexander Ubas was using the team and he made top cut. And then in Gdansk, it was my time again. Almost no changes, just King Gambit to still make sure that the opposing P2 gets an attack boost against Sneasler King Gambit lead, but also outspeed other King Gambit. With 12 speed, you kind of ensure that. Primarina, also a big change, Terra Water, because with Terra Water, it's both defensively good and offensively good, because you resist Make It Rain from Goldango, and you suddenly 2-hit KO Goldango with Hyper Voice. And it was just, in general, a really good Terra type. We bully Rillaboom with the team. We have Sneasler, King Gambit, Magma, Dragapult, own Rillaboom, so that does not matter. The other grass type is Amoonguss, which doesn't run a grass type move, and electric types were just like Electabuzz, which also is not very strong offensively. So water was a really good change. Shoutouts to Ibrahim for suggesting it. Really, really good. Magma, nothing changed. Dragapult, we went to Jolly, which was also really good because now we outsped Ursaluna, Blood Moon, Modest, and Tailwind, as well as what was it? What was it again? Other Dragapult, Talonflame, yeah. Also really, really nice. And Adamant, Choice Scarf, Basculegion. Like in the Rain matchup, some people lead Adamant, Choice Scarf, Basculegion. They think they outspeed my Dragapult. I go for Terra Blast, they die, and then they cry. And Rillaboom, I both wanted speed and attack, so I tried both. And still enough bulk to survive, I think, plus to Make It Rain from Goldango, as well as a Dire Claw from Sneasler. As you can see, I don't have much time. The Victory Road Tour is almost starting. I gotta take a quick look if it started already, because I don't want to miss round 1. Alrighty, sorry for making that many cuts, but I want to win this Victory Road Tournament. If you see this, let's see how my score is in the Victory Road Tour. So, in LAIC, I think I changed nothing. I played the very same team again. I wanted to change one thing. I wanted to play Timid Magma with 244 speed and like 244 HP and 60 speed to draw Timid, to make sure, that was the Victory Road sound, so it starts soon, to outspeed Dragonite, to use Will-O-Wisp before they can go for Scale Shot. I forgot to change it, and it was not bad that I forgot it, because my Magma survived on 1 HP or 2 HP like 3 times in the tournament, which is crazy. Yeah, but same team. What should I say? And then Stuttgart, again, a team that does not fit into my structure. Like, there are 2 teams that just do not sound like a Michael team, and that's the Malmo regional team and the Stuttgart regional team. Rahim, Ibrahim, and myself, we were using this Weezing team, and it is a good team, but it's hard to use. Very cool Dragonite set. I mean, it's the most standard set with Terra Steel. Then Incineroar. Why is Fake out on the first? This Incineroar had to outspeed Modest Blood Moon, as well as Dragapult in Tailwind, and that's why we played 107 speed. The jump in Spadef, a lot of HP, not too special. Gunk Shot on Weezing to threaten Volcarona a little more. AV Blood Moon was not amazing because we played Terra Water, and Terra Water was bad. I wish we were Terra Dragon, but it is what it is. I called that we should play Terra Water, so it's my fault. Life Orb, Goldango was the star of the team, and then this Garchomp won me 2 rounds alone, because this counters the Marco Fierro Sun team, because we have Rock Slide for Charizard, we wall Jumpluff. It's not even fair, and because we lack damage, we play Terra Ground. Really good team, really recommended. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Sorry for the little rush in the end, but Victory Road Tour is starting. Should I make a video on the Victory Road Tour? Let me know. I will stream again in next week, so tune in, and thank you for watching, and have a great start into next week. Bye bye.